What is up, you guys? It's your spiritual prayer godmother, and I am back. Okay, I am back with a let's talk about it. Today's conversation is going to be being racially profiled, being seen as the aggressor, as a black woman, and what that feels like to me. Okay, so let me just start off with the fact that this has been something that I have heard my mom dealing with for years, but I never understood, right? I never understood why my mama came home and felt the way that she did. I never understood why why my mom felt like people made her out to be this angry black woman. Like, I didn't understand it, okay? Like, I had never really experienced racism like that. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I have in subtle ways, but this year I have just experienced the absolute most racism that I ever have. And I just feel like I have to speak about it, and there's no way that I can not speak about it at this point, because I'm so hurt and I'm so offended by everything that happened today, that it's like I would be doing myself a disservice by not talking about it, by not speaking about it, by not talking about my experience. So I want to go ahead and share that with you guys today. So this is the second incident that I have had at my school. I attend the Institute of Beauty and Wellness here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is like a tech or a trade type of school, and I am in the Ayurveda Aesthetics program. It is a holistic healing program where we are taught 800-year-old Indian and Chinese philosophy, healing, as well as esthetician licensing, okay? I kind of got a headache. I am very tired, y'all, and I have not had an appetite all day because I've literally been disgusted. Absolutely all day, okay? So I'm gonna just kind of give y'all a rundown of what happened today, and then we'll kind of go into another incident honestly, that other incident don't even matter. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it don't matter, but today really showed me that I am not a person who just follows the rules, and I am a whistleblower. I am very much a person who is going to speak out. I am very much a person who is going to express myself and tell it how it is and tell how I feel. And although I know that there are things that I have to work on in this story, however, I am not at fault, okay? I am not, and I'm standing on that. I'm standing up for myself, and it just is what it is. So y'all know, like, I've gotten on here crying, and I'm not gonna say y'all know, because obviously y'all not in my everyday life. Y'all not necessarily dealing with me as a friend or as a lover or as a child or whatever the case may be. In my walking life, like, I do have anger issues. I am very aware of that. I have talked about it. Like, I do. Like, I have a lot of trauma within me, and sometimes sadness, my frustration, and just me being overstimulated and overwhelmed, sometimes it comes off as anger, and it's not even about me being angry. It's just about me being frustrated and not necessarily having the tools to not act out in a way that is harmful to myself or others. So since Jonathan passed, if you guys did not know, I did have a boyfriend who passed away of an overdose in 2022. So it's been about 2 years now, and ever since he passed away, I have committed myself to healing and to not being angry, to letting things go, and to just centering my energy and just being a better person, not just for myself, but also for the people who have to experience me. So I just want to give a shout out to myself because I have racked my brain all day about like if I was in a wrong or like how I could have done things better. And of course, throughout the story, I'm going to tell you all the things that I could have done better as a student as well. This is not about throwing nobody under the bus, Bookie. Like, it's not. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about it, okay? So, today at school, we had a substitute teacher, and we are gonna call her Red. Okay, so we had a substitute teacher named Red, and our original teacher was out for the day, left her down. She wasn't feeling good, and she had emailed us that morning, was like, hey guys, we're gonna meet on clinic floor. Red is gonna be your teacher. This is what's going down. This is how we gonna do it. Okay, cool, right? Cool. Cool. So I come early. If y'all did not know, I catch the bus right after I get Kamaya Sky to school. Kamaya is my daughter. So after I get Kamaya to school, I catch the bus and I go to school, and that usually leaves me at school at about 8:10. My class doesn't start till 8:30. I don't have to be clocked in till 8:30. So I'm there, obviously. I think at this point I'm literally there like 80 something, 80 something. So I had a whole at least 25 minutes to just chill before the day even got started. Mind y'all, no classes start until 8:30, okay? That's just how it works. So I walk in, like I'm asking the sub, like, where do you want the Ayurveda girlies? Like, what's up? Like, where do you want us? Where can I clock in? The normal questions. So, I get my assignment. She tell me, hey, we're going to be on these 3 beds, or y'all going to be on these 3 beds, or we going to be over here, as always. The black girls are the oddballs out. It just is what it is. So they put us in the corner, and then they tell her class is going to be in the middle, and that's just what it was. Mind y'all, it's like, let's say like 8:10 at this point. So I put my book bag on my station, right, on one of the 3 beds that she had advised us were ours, right? So my backpack and all of my my little jacket and stuff that I had that wasn't black was over there. Everything was over there, right? Cool. But I was still sitting on this little heating pad that was in like a private area because, again, school has not started yet. I got my headphones in, I'm listening to it, reading, and I'm honestly so tired at this point. I am so tired. I haven't had an appetite. I haven't been eating. My energy has been super low. I've been super lethargic. So I came in, I had 20 minutes to myself to just chill. Mind you, none of my girls are there. None of my classmates are there because I'm early as fuck. So I put my headphones in, and I put my head down, and I'm laying on the heating pad. I'm cold as fuck. I had to take my jacket off because it's not black. So again, I don't got no jacket. I'm cold, I'm anemic, and school has not started yet. So people are starting to trickle in. My classmates are coming in, but I'm literally not even speaking to anybody yet because I'm fucking tired and I have my headphones in. Again, and it's not time to clock in, so I don't even really gotta talk to y'all yet. Like, it's not time. Like, I need my alone time. I need my time. So, time goes by, and again, I still got my head down. Like, I still got my head down. And once it was time to clock in, everything like that, I went into like the nail lobby or whatever. I went into the lobby. Actually, matter of fact, that's a lie. I stood by her. I stood by Red and her tablet to clock in, and she's sitting here on her phone. Literally sitting here on her phone, doing something on her phone. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. That's not my business, okay? She was standing on her phone. I'm standing right here trying to clock in, and it's a thing on top of the QR code, so I can't scan to clock in, and it's gonna make me late. And it's saying like, do you want to allow Snapchat pictures? What allow Snapchat access to your picture? And I was finna ask her like, hey, what do you want me to click so I can get to the QR code? But she looked like she was focused on her phone, so I'm like, okay. I didn't say that, but I'm literally like, okay. I walk out, the nail teacher has her QR code on. So I scan that so that, guess what? I'm clocked in on time, regardless of what you had going on your phone and your tablet. I'm not worried about you, right? Cool. So I grab my backpack. I get to doing my work. I get to doing my shit. Okay, like completely just by myself for a minute. I'm doing me. I'm doing my shit. Again, my girls is here, but they on the other side of the curtain, like they chilling. They doing them. Mind you, the red lady, she didn't come and speak to none of us. I went to go speak to her to ask her, you know, where did you want the Ayurveda girlies? And that's when she told me we will be on these 3 beds. Okay. The only communication that I had with her that whole morning was that, right? Follow along. Okay, so after that, now I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very transparent with y'all. Like, I did my work. Our assignment was a lifestyle outline for the project that we're doing. Mind you, I'm an overachiever, so I had did mine the night before, and then I was like editing it this morning. So I'm editing it this morning. I'm getting my shit done, like literally, like I'm getting the assignment done. I'm finna email it to my teacher, like I'm good. Mind you, this is all by like 9-10 o'clock, literally. But matter of fact, this is by 10 o'clock, right? Because we usually take our break around like 10:45. So, so I finished my work and I got my laptop out and I'm literally like listening to a reading, or I think I was listening to a book. I was listening to something. I think I was going back and forth. I couldn't really vibe. I couldn't really find nothing to watch or whatever. So I'm chilling. I'm cooling. Mind you, my work is fucking done. And because we have a sub, we're not doing nothing. They told us they don't want us to workshop on each other. They don't want us to practice. They just want us to do the project. Mind you, my assignment is done. My assignment is done. Once my assignment was done, I'm like, okay, cool. My jacket is over here in this area because it's red, white, and black. It's red, white, and gray. So I couldn't have it on the clinic floor. So I took that bitch off and I was cold. So I grabbed me a sheet. We on the spa floor. So I grabbed me a sheet. Mind you, it's Wednesday. We only take clients on Thursday. Only take clients on Thursday. Wednesday is for workshopping on each other. So it ain't like there's a loss in laundry. There's no, like, this is not a problem. Okay, I see other people doing it. Matter of fact, we're not gonna bring nobody else in that. Cross that out. It don't even matter who the fuck doing it. I did it, okay? I was cold. I've done it before. Matter of fact, I do it damn near anytime I'm down there because I'm anemic. I have low iron and I be cold. And I can't afford no black jacket. I ain't got no money right now. At least the money that I do have is for this expensive ass rent. And that just is what it is. I'm here fucking 7 hours a day. I could be working a shift, but I'm not. I'm here and I'm dedicated. So no, I don't have no extra money to go get no black hoodie. Buy me one. Buy me one. Me and my teacher had already talked about that. And she said if she had some extra something, she could find some shit to give me. Because she noticed I'm always fucking cold and I always got a blanket. Even upstairs in our classroom, I literally have my own blanket in my teacher's drawer. And whenever my teacher is there, I'm asking her, hey, can I get my shit out? Can I, you know, like, I don't even gotta ask. Like, it be open, like, and I get my blanket out. Everybody noticed in my class, Caprice always got a blanket, period. I don't get no fuck. Even when it was summertime, baby, I had a blanket. I don't give a fuck, okay? So I would say that I went wrong there, right? Cause that's some shit that got brung up, the fact that I had a blanket. I guess I was looking too cozy, you know. So I had my blanket or whatever. Mind you, I had already finished my homework, and at this point, I put on Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. I remember this part, okay? I put on Brandy and Mr. Whiskers because I had finished doing my paper. When I'm doing my paper, I was listening to like a reading, and I was going back and forth this book called this audio book called. What the fuck? Oh, I'm on my phone. But it was something like The Art of Being Silent or something crazy that I was listening to that before all this shit happened. Because I just now thought about that right now. But so that happened. And I'm watching Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, and I'm not going to lie. I was kind of like I was kind of dozing off. And this is just me being open and me being honest. So whoever watched this, you watch this. Again, I'm open and I'm honest. But I was dozing off. because again, I'm done with my projects. We have no work that has been given to us. We have no direction, and the teacher has yet to speak any words to us. So even though, pay attention, the teacher had told me at 8:10 in the morning that we will be over here on this side, I don't have any knowledge of her speaking to any of my other classmates. I believe that everybody just kind of assumed once you see your class, you kind of gonna gravitate to where they at. But she had never once mentioned to us that we couldn't be where we were. Okay? So at some point she had texted the group chat and was like, hey ladies, I need y'all to go out to the tables out there because we need to reserve this area for waxings. Mind y'all, ain't getting out one wax all day. Why? Because we don't take appointments on Wednesday. So this was the first instance of nitpicking with us, with our all black Ayurveda class. There is literally 6 fully black women in this class. 2 of them are mixed with white, but all of them got some black in us. So this is the first class like this of the history, right? All black kids, all black women. So everybody noticed the nitpick, and we like, okay, y'all don't have no appointments, but y'all don't want us right here. Like, that's cool. We went outside to the nail tech area. Now, one of my classmates, again, I'm not mentioning names, but one of my classmates had asked the nail instructor, hey, is it okay if we sit out here? Cool. Mind y'all, the tables that they wanted us to sit at for 6 hours are backless. They don't got no back. It's like little, not like bar stools, but like little chair. Or do they have them? No, they don't. They little white, black, whatever the fuck they are. They're not comfortable. And that wasn't even really a factor because that's not even, I don't know, like I wasn't even thinking about that because I was kind of dozing off and I had my headphones in. So even though my classmates and shit are talking around me and they kicking in and kicking in and doing their work and shit, we all are doing our separate projects. This is not a group project. So we all not really talking to each other like that, and I got my headphones in. So they had kind of like woke me up like, hey Caprice, we gotta leave. Like, we gotta move from right here, we gotta go out there. So I'm already packing my shit up. I'm already kind of like, okay, like I took a deep breath because it's like, bitch, I just kind of woke the fuck back up. Like, I'm like, what? You talking about we gotta move? Why? Bitch, okay, cool. So I get my ass up and I follow them, mind y'all. Because I was like, I got the news last, I was the last one out in the hallway. Like, I'm literally packing my shit up. But I had a heating pad and I had a blanket, so I had to put all the shit that I had to put it away. So while all my classmates had already went and found them seats out there, I'm still putting shit away. So then here I come trickling in, and I sit by the window. I sit on the last seat that's left. Cool. Again, I'm chilling. I'm sitting just like I'm sitting now. That's how I was sitting in my chair. Literally, just like this. I have my elbow right here. I have my headphones in, and I'm looking at my laptop like this. At this point, I'm like trying to make it fake like I'm doing stuff because like it's people right here. Like, we're literally just out in the open. Retailers right here, people walking through and shit. So at this point, it's just like, damn, okay, I gotta look like I'm doing some work because I know they're not gonna just assume that I'm already done, even though I am. Matter of fact, I want to show y'all because I did a damn good project. Okay, so yeah, so that happened, and they was like, okay, she said we had to leave, da 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 da, and I came in there, I met up with them. I'm like, okay, well, so what happened? She was like, oh, they messaged us on Teams and said da da da. So I went to my phone and went to go see the message for myself. Okay, remember this part. I only went to the message after they told me what the message had said. So at this point, I go see the message, and she's like, okay, y'all need to start the lifestyle project if y'all done with the other project. I'm like, cool, nah. She said, y'all need to start the resume project. Okay, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, okay, I'm finna start this resume project. So here I am again, doing my fucking work, okay? Doing a whole nother assignment, but getting that shit done. Doing a resume. Then I get a call for an interview. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm at school. I'm gonna have to call you back. Immediately, as soon as I hang up, boom, it's another message from Teams. Now, I can see the message from Teams without even clicking on it. So as soon as I see the message, they already talking about it because I was just on the phone. They already in the midst of talking about it. I can see the notification, but I hadn't clicked on it. I just saw the notification because I'm already obviously on my phone and I got my headphones in my phone. So I'm not listening to them, but I can tell by the energy that like, okay, she must have just said something to us. So like, what's up? So I was low-key intrigued while I was on the phone. I'm like, damn, what the fuck did happen? Right? I get off the phone with the dude and I'm telling him like, y'all, I just got this interview for a massage therapist or whatever. Do y'all think I should go to the Do y'all think I should go to the interview even though I'm not licensed yet? Like, what y'all think I should do? Whole time they on some other shit because they like, oh, Red said, you know, we gotta move again. And I'm just like, what? Why are we moving again? Like, I'm not really understanding what's happening. So everybody packing their stuff up and I go speak to her because again, the first time I didn't see the message till afterwards, and the second time I'm just confused. Like I didn't know at that point what we had been doing wrong. And again, I saw the message in Teams, but I didn't go click on it. I didn't read it. It was like a long paragraph of her basically like, y'all, like I said before, this is where I need y'all to be sitting. I need y'all to sit here. Da 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 da. Again, but I had not read it. Okay, I seen it. Did not read it because I was excited about my interview. I turned over to them. Y'all look mad. I'm like, well, what the fuck is up? Like, what? Not mad. Let me not say that. But they look irritated. Like, we getting up and moving. They packing their shit up. And I'm just like, okay, cool. So as they're packing their shit up, by the time I came out, mind you, they were gone. So this just goes to show you, like, it's not like, this is not a long conversation, but so I get up and I don't even pack my stuff up. Like I'm literally just confused. Like, well, where are we supposed to be going now? Where the fuck did she tell us to go the first time? Like I'm confused because I just thought we were supposed to be going out to the receptionist area on the tables. So it's like, okay, what is the problem? So I went up to her and I'm like, hey, Red, like, is there a reason? Like, there's a miscommunication happening with where we are supposed to be. Is there a reason you can't come speak to us and just tell the whole class as a collective where you would like us to be? She said, I can't leave where I'm at. I gotta stay where I'm at with my class. I said, but Cece, you was just out there eating your sub. You looked at us. That's how you know that we was sitting right here. Because you was out there eating your sub and you looked at us. Then she went on to explain that she was on her lunch and that she shouldn't have been doing that and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, Cece, cool. Thank you. Literally. Oh, damn, I didn't say her name. Okay, Red, cool. Thank you. Literally, that's it. That's all I said. And I walked away. I went to go gather my shit and I told them like, y'all, I feel like they nitpicking. I'm finna go home. I don't like this energy. We're not even learning anything today. Y'all got us just doing a project. I can do that shit at home. I'm finna go home. My classmates like, don't go home. The nail tech teacher said that we can go into her classroom to follow her. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like if we could be in a classroom and do this project and not be sitting here on public display, that's all right with me. That's cool with me. I'm just going with the flow. And Teasy Pizza ended up waiting on me. The other girls had went down with the teacher. So Teasy Pizza holding the door waiting on me. I'm like literally gathering up my stuff because I'm the only one that had went to go talk to Cece. Mind you, when I left talking to Red, I never thought that it was ever a problem because literally I touched on her shoulder. I said, okay, boo. I didn't say, okay, boo. I said, okay, girl. Okay, Red. Cool, thank you. I didn't even say cool. I said, okay, okay, Red, thank you. That's what I said. Literally, it wasn't passive aggressive. It wasn't irritation. It wasn't frustration. It was just like, you my teacher. That's what you said. Okay. I'm tired. Oh, you talking about? I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Not that much. I just did not care that much. So after she said what she said, I went to go grab my shit. Teaser was holding the door. We followed the teacher downstairs. Cool. We got in her classroom. She gave us the rundown of what we should be doing, when we can go to lunch, da-da-da, everything. It was cool. So we go to lunch. We get an hour lunch. Ayurveda gets an hour lunch. You know, everybody else get 30, so maybe that was something that she felt the type of way about. But it's in our schedule that we get an hour lunch. So I don't know. That got nothing to do with us. So she ends up writing student services. The esthetician team leader, I'm guessing, and she's basically like, Caprice got in my face, was very aggressive, and told me to have a nice day. She also wrote them and said that she's having a problem with the whole Ayurveda class not listening to her. She said that she couldn't find us and that she hadn't known where we was for hours. Mind y'all, she wrote us in teams earlier, prior, if y'all remember the message. She like, okay, y'all can go to lunch at 11:30 to 12:30. Be back at this time. I probably didn't even mention that, but she said that earlier in one of them messages. But again, that message I hadn't seen until after I was already out in the hallway. The second message I never even opened. I just saw it on my notification because I was on the phone. But again, I never opened it. So I'm not even trying to make this a long ass video, but we're gonna talk about it. So basically what ended up happening, they literally called in the only other black instructor. Okay, wow, yes, she's like esthetician team lead or whatever. So it's cool. Like, I get it why they called her in, but I also didn't like the fact that I felt like they felt like they had to call in a black teacher for reinforcement for the black girls. So they call in our another teacher, another team leader teacher, and she's like, she came in, she's like, what's going on, y'all? Like, why am I getting messages? I'm supposed to be at home. Why am I getting messages that the Ayurveda girls are not listening? And we all just quiet, like, we literally respect her. She's older, so we're just sitting there with respect, and we're like, huh, what, you know? And then another student did say, you know, like, this is weird, you know, because this is not what happened. And then she pulled out the receipts. She told us we can go to lunch at this time, so I don't know why she said we disappeared. And we had permission from the nail tech teacher to be out there in that space. So whatever she said, it's a lie, right? So as one student is saying this, she's like, and then she mentioned that somebody had got in her face and was very aggressive. And I'm like, I'm not thinking it's me, so I'm looking like my eyes had got big. I'll be like, who? She was like, oh yeah, and Caprice. And who is, I said, I wish y'all could, I said, me? What? And then I got to crying because it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm very emotional. So I ended up crying because this is the second time that this has happened. I'm not gonna tell the first story because we already 30 minutes into the video, but yeah. So basically, she had a discussion with us, and she told us what she told us, and I told her, like, you know, I want to have a mediation because I'm not okay with this. We had the mediation, and she lied to my face and told me that I said some shit that I did not say. And she got caught up in her lie because I read that ass to filth, okay? I'm sitting here, and I was being a little disrespectful because I naturally talk on my hands. Y'all see me talk on my hands. It comes natural for me. But I'm like, if you want to tell them that I was aggressive, like, you gonna see aggressive. Like, I don't know what you meant. So I'm asking her, like, and I did interrupt one of my instructors. She was like, y'all having two different conversations. She's talking about this and she's talking about this. And I was like, okay. So, and then I kept talking, which was very disrespectful to her. And I'm so sorry that happened. But in the moment, it was like, y'all saying stuff that I've already explained. You're asking me to explain why we didn't listen. And I already explained to you, I hadn't seen the message. That's why. It wasn't that I wasn't trying to listen, because it was a miscommunication. Because as soon as things were not understood, I came to you in person like an adult, and I asked you, where do you want us to be? Is there a reason why you can't just tell us where you want us to be, so we're not going back and forth relaying messages to each other, when you could just tell us what the fuck is up? So then she goes to say, I got to talking my shit, y'all, in a real professional way, but I got to talking my shit. And then she was like, first of all, Caprice, I just want to say I'm sorry. And I interrupted the fuck out of her. I said, I don't need you to be sorry. I need you to tell me, did you genuinely feel as if I was being aggressive? She said, yeah. I said, okay, so when? Like, what did I say? What did I do that made you feel as if, or at what point did you feel as if I started to be aggressive? She said, oh, when you cut me off and you said, have a nice day. I said, that never happened. I said, okay, thank you, Cece. And I walked away. And then the lady was like, see, well, that's not what you said. What happened? And then, again, she got caught up in her lies. So it just ended up getting to the point where we kind of into it. And we having a conversation. And it wasn't that bad because, honestly, I didn't curse. I tried to be very respectful as I could be with my emotions super high. But I talked to myself about that up until right now. I'm still talking to myself, i.e. talking to a camera about it. But I'm not over it. Like, I feel very disrespected. I feel very profiled, which I mentioned in my speech to her. I said, do you realize that when you're saying that a person is aggressive because they're black, that it's racial profiling? Like, are you aware of the fact that you're a racist? Yes, I said that because what the fuck? Like, I'm a nice person. I'm a kind person. I'm not a person you can walk all over, though. That's not going to happen. I'm not a yes ma'am, no ma'am type of girl. Like, that's just not me. And as long as I'm being respectful and I'm doing what's asked of me, I feel like there shouldn't be any problems, however there were. So the moment that I came to her and was just like, hey, is there a reason why you can't talk to us? She wrote HR and student services and let them know that I was being aggressive. And when I asked her in person in front of the mediator if at what point was I being aggressive, she explained to me that she did not have to explain, or that she shouldn't have to explain, or why should I have to explain anything. And at that point I said, you know what, Miss Team Leader, I'm gonna go ahead and end this conversation for my sanity, because at this point you're a liar. And I don't really want to continue with you lying on me. That's not appropriate for me. And I know that there's gonna be like whispers and gossip. Like, everybody was kind of like watching it happen because the school day was like almost over. And I just feel super racially profiled at that school. I feel like we get the short end of the stick. I feel like we are nitpicked against, and I feel like they do not understand, or are not willing to understand, the black women that they have on campus. I feel like we are not treated with respect at all. Every time we come on clinic floor, the other girls, like, they get to take wherever it is that we are. We had no true, like, everything about the program is, and I won't say everything, let me not say that, let me rephrase that. A lot of things in my program are just not good. And I don't know if it's because we're Ayurveda, if this is because it's a practice that a lot of people don't really know about, you guys don't really understand, or if it's because we are a fully black Ayurveda class. I think it's kind of both, because on one end, I do notice my teacher, not the one who called it absent, but another one, I have noticed her mentioning that, you know, like, it's always been like that in Ayurveda. Like, they don't really let them in on a lot. Like, they don't really include them in anything. And we have expressed multiple times, there's never anything at the career fairs for Ayurveda. We don't get the same learning opportunities. We did not get to participate in the first fashion show. Like, there are so many different things that we have been blindsided about. There's never any communication with us. Our appointments are always getting taken and given to the esthetician girls. Like, there are just so many problems within the school system, and it stems from racism, and I'm not okay with it. At this point, I understand why black women are seen as aggressive, or as seen as the aggressors, because people like to antagonize you. People like to play the victim and play coy, throw rocks and hide their hands. And when you are able to call somebody out on that in a professional way, they get really scared. And fear is one nasty mother, okay, when it comes to racism, because what you fear, you literally will do everything in your power to break it down. And I feel like that's what's kind of happening. I feel like they want to break us down. And I feel like they don't want us to succeed in school. I feel like they don't want us to pass. And they're noticing that we have the longest program within the school outside of cosmetology. And we have the hardest working program at the school, longest running program. And we are not being treated as such. And it is very frustrating. It's very, very, very frustrating to be a Black student at the Institute of Beauty and Wellness at Aveda. The products don't work for our skin. The products aren't made for us. The teachers don't want to instruct us. It's very, very obvious that they don't want to speak to us, and they feel like somebody's gonna fucking bite them if we speak to them. So instead of speaking to us, oftentimes they'll like write us in the group chats or via emails. Instead of just speaking to us like we're human beings, it kind of feels like we don't want to talk to y'all. Like we don't want to engage with y'all, and that's okay. But then when we give that same energy back, we're looked at as being aggressive or having attitudes, and I really don't appreciate that. Shout out to my mom, who has been dealing with that for a long time. And it's like, I get it now. Your voice isn't heard until you're yelling or screaming. You know, it's like people act like they don't hear you when you're telling them something. People act like they don't understand when you're expressing your struggles, or why you feel the way you do, or why you think certain things should be the way that they are, or a lack of the way they are. And I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. I just got so tired. Like, I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired of thinking about this. But I'm so offended by how I was treated today. And it's like a part of me is like, don't be offended. Like, I know that I'm not aggressive. You know, like, I know that that's not me. I know that that came from you literally lying on me. And then, yeah, I did get aggressive. And even then, babe, you should be very, very, very lucky that, we're in a school setting, and I had enough self-restraint and enough self-respect and respect for my school and the staff to not be in an energy that was not conducive for the school. Like, I spoke maybe in a powerful tone, in a way that asserted my voice and made you hear me, but I did not yell. I didn't raise my voice. I was not disrespectful. Maybe I was disrespectful to the team leader by interrupting her. And for that, I'm sorry. I can't just take it back by saying I'm sorry. But all I can do is change my behavior and know that, like, I ain't doing shit wrong. Like, I didn't do shit wrong. I still don't feel like I did shit wrong. Like, at any given point, like, okay, though on the one hand, I can say, like, okay, after like 8:30 I hit and I clocked into class, I should have moved back to my station, right? I should have moved back to my station. That's my only fault. I hadn't seen the message, and I could have read it. If I'm trying to pack my stuff up and shuffle and leave and, do all this stuff, of course I might not read it. Like, I'm gonna look at it, but like, what the fuck ever. Like, I already got the tea. They already done told me. So yeah, it's like we have changed. I have changed so much since being in this school. Like, I've learned so much patience and just gratitude for myself and poise, and just to keep going and don't let nobody see me sweat. But it's like, when you get to nitpicking, or when you get to telling me that I'm aggressive, like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Somebody making me feel like a bitch, because sometimes I already feel like that for myself. So it's like, how dare you make me feel that way? Because I feel like I'm never just gonna get on that with you. Like, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm finna go to sleep. But yeah, like that's never my intentions. My intentions are never to get on nobody's ass, to be snapping on a body. I'm not a fighter. Like, I'm not a tough girl. Like, I'm not a badass. I'm not none of that. Like, I'm just Caprice. That's it. And the way that I felt today felt so shitty. Like, I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. But I feel like I don't even want to think about this shit no more. But it's still on my mind because, like, why did you do that to me? Like, why did you put me in this position? And now when I come to school tomorrow, I got to feel some type of way because I got to be in your space. I got to be in your energy. Like, I got to look around and see you. I pray to God my teacher come back and she's not still sick. You know, and like, I know that that's hard on my teacher as well because every single time that my teacher is not there, they're getting messages about the Ayurveda girls. And we're not doing anything but being black and existing in a space where we're not welcomed. And that shit hurt. That shit fucking hurt. It don't even hurt. It just makes me fucking furious because I'm telling you, I can be aggressive. Like, I know me. And it's like, I've shown so much restraint and I've shown so much strength and like growth. And to still be treated as if I'm not doing shit, like I'm not doing enough, like to be made to feel like I'm just still this angry black woman. It's like, that's not even my archetype no more. That's not my role. That's not who I am. And the fact that you don't know that, you don't need to be around me. Like, God's rejection is my protection, you know. And I'm learning to just hold on to that because really, motherfuckers will have you fucked the fuck up. And if you let them get to you, like, you're gonna end up in a fucked up ass situation. And I have to graduate. I have to graduate. So like, I have to deal with instructors that I'm not fond of, and I have to deal with people who don't respect me enough to even just be honest and tell the truth. So for a while I felt defeated. I felt like, damn, like, y'all doing this shit again. Because there's another point in time where I came to a teacher and I voiced my opinion to her, and she blatantly lied on me and said that I called her a bad teacher, which I did not. I told her that I didn't feel as if I was getting the tools that I needed, but that don't mean I'm calling you a bad teacher. I'm just saying that shit, you're not doing a good job right now. Fix it. I'm telling you what you can do to fix it. And just like with her, I asked her, well, tell me what I can do to fix it. What part did I say or what did I do to make you feel as if it was me being aggressive? If you can't tell me what to fix, there's no problem. Except for your racism. And that's how I feel, and that's how I'm standing on it. And after we came back in, I felt like all eyes were on us, and not just at retail. I felt like all the other classes, their eyes were on us. The guys at retail, their eyes was on us. The people coming up for massages and services, their eyes was on us. It was like, world stop. And I'm not okay with that. And I'm not okay with having to talk to her in front of everybody. I'm not okay with how that situation played out. I just feel like I got, again, the shitty end of the stick because what the fuck is gonna happen to her? She literally just blatantly lied to my face and your face, because in the email you said that she said one thing, but now that she's in our face, she's saying another. So that means that you have proof of her lying, and again, nothing is going to happen. She filed a false report about me being aggressive, but I wasn't. And she admitted that I said, okay, bye. Talking about I hung up in your face. No, but remember I said bye. Like, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad about it. Like, I'm sad because this school is really the first time I've ever truly experienced racism for myself. You know, living where I live in this neighborhood, I do feel like a lot of white people feel like I don't belong. And then now going to this school, it's like I'm seeing it a lot more. And I hate that for me, you know, because it's not like I have anything against people who are not black. I don't, you know, like this is just the experience that I've been hit with lately, where it's like I'm constantly having to fight and defend who I am. It's like nobody ever hears you until you're yelling, and then you're aggressive, and then you're a bitch. But when I just came to you to ask you a question and to speak to you kindly and nicely, you went and you gossiped about me to somebody. Mind you, I never thought that it was bad blood or animosity. I never felt no type of way. I never felt like she should feel a type of way. I thought we had got it resolved and we're going to have a movie night next weekend. Instead, I was met with racism and being socially profiled, being racially profiled. I feel like because maybe I don't have all my stuff together, because I don't have the correct shoes or the iPad or the certain things like that they have at school, like y'all look at us like we ain't got it. And it's like priorities, but not even just priorities. Like most of the people at that school are like girls who parents are like taking care of them, who don't got no kids, who don't really have a life outside of school and work. And that's just not me. I'm a whole mother. Like I got shit to do. I have a kid to tend to, take care of, go to her parent teacher conferences, catch the bus, go back, go do this and go here and go there. I got a lot to do, but I'm still always on time and I'm still always making some shit happen, as are you. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any experiences with racism, sexism, colorism, your sexuality, any injustices that you would like to leave in the comments down below, please feel free to share, because I am super interested in hearing about how you overcame. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share it on all your social medias. I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.